up, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. I got this doctor's coat on, Doctor Love. Welcome to this love journey, this healing journey, all that good stuff. Get off my hair. Yes, I have these rollers in. I had the whole hair curl, but like some of them dropped. I am a special guest on the podcast that will be posting Sunday, because my videos drop on Friday, their videos drop on Sunday. It's gonna be YouTube. It's CWT, Conversations with the Culture, CWT Culture. Okay, I'm sorry. So that's why I got these rollers in. So y'all go bear with me today, just for today, because yeah. So the topic of this week is, what does it look like? We gotta ask ourselves that. I wrote, we all want things out of life and from people, but don't know what it looks like. And that's a problem, because we can be constantly asking people to do things, or constantly looking for things that to fulfill us in life, but we don't know exactly what we want. And that's okay. But the issue, it gets kind of like crazy when you get very demanding with it, and it's all about how you display what you want and the fact that you really don't know what you want. Because, for example, if you dating this partner and you want something, and then he delivers that, but now it's not what you actually wanted. You know what I'm saying? You thought that's what you wanted, but it's not actually what you wanted. So now it's a whole different thing. He got to go back down and drive a whole. It's like a. Let me just go off my paper because my brain is going overwhelmed. Anyways, I want love like no other. I'm talking about real love, borderline Bridgerton love, okay? Because the Bridgerton really does its thing, you know. I know what it looks like visually, but I am not loving myself to the max. Well, I wasn't. And what I mean by that is, I want love like Bridgerton love, top tier love. I want the best out of best, no faking it, none of that. But I've wanted this all my life, but also all my life I haven't been being my best self. I haven't been doing what I know God has told me to do, or I haven't been saying it with my chest all the time. So how can I expect love from somebody else when I'm not applying all that love from myself? That makes sense? Like, how I want love to the max, but I'm not loving myself to the max. Somebody can only love you as much as you love yourself. Does that make sense? We're gonna talk about it in part 2. Yes, what a beautiful people, and welcome back to part 2. So now I'm trying to love myself. I'm trying to love myself to my max. I'm trying to see how much I love me. Do I love myself enough to chase my dreams, to always be my best self, to close certain doors, to leave certain people behind, to welcome in the proper love, to stop seeing the toxic traits that, like, stop seeing it. Stop, what's the word? Like, stop accepting the toxic traits that I've always been around and I thought was normal. You know what I'm saying? To make changes for myself. Do I love myself enough to do that? And if I'm able to do that, and then able to walk in that, and then grow through that, and live in all of my truth, then I'm ultimately able to be loved to the max. Because there's no settling within myself. So I can't settle without myself. Now that's just said and done, because y'all know I'm the problem still. But I wrote, now I love myself this much to go after what I believe in and it's meant for me. I can't accept anyone to love me to the fullest if I'm not applying that same pressure to myself, like I just said. Ooh. I mean, I'm getting better, y'all. We getting better on this journey, okay? We learning. Until I do it, it's like a level. It's the game of life. It's like I'm going to keep reliving over and over the same chapters if I don't level up within myself. But like Nikki said, I came to win. Yes, ma'am. Nikki did your thing on the VMAs. I didn't watch it. I'm not gonna lie. But I seen the clips, and welcome back. The streets need you. First is Beyonce. Now it's you. We need you. I digress. Um, now I came across people. Oh, now when I come across people, they will know how I want to be treated because I embody it. Kind of what I said at the beginning part. Basically, people ultimately have to love me how I love me because I take care of me. Before I go outside, aside from these rollers, I told y'all I'm recording a video tonight for things, so I gotta get it together, but I also gotta prioritize me. But anywho, I make sure I'm smelling good, make sure I'm looking good, make sure my mind is okay, make sure my heart is in the right place. So when I come around people, they can only see, they can tell that I can take care of me because it oozes out of me. That makes sense? Versus to how I used to be when I used to be a mess. You didn't know that I loved me, but now you do. Let's go to part 3. Let's talk about it. I just think that I must be the problem because this is the 3rd time I am recording this. What does it look like? So I had respect on there. Are you respecting yourself? You know what I'm saying? How can you want respect from other people if you're not respecting yourself? How can you experience respect if you probably really haven't experienced it for real? So I used this example when I was a manager at McDonald's. I had all my babies I used to work with, and I loved them so much. It was like 35 kids versus just me in the McDonald's. And for the longest, like, I would talk to them. No, ma'am, that's not how that works. No, ma'am, this is how you do this. No, sir. You need to go in the office and have a conversation. Let's talk like grown folks. And they swear every time that I was attacking them, I was comforting them, like I was just mean. And it was really because, and they had more respect for the people who was like yelling back at them, going off and cussing them out their name. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to treat you with the utmost respect because you deserve that. Because I grew up in a time, like, even when you go to school, like, Miss, yes ma'am, no sir, Miss, I remember my teacher, she was like, Miss Gary, I ain't no miss. Like, when I was younger, like, why is you calling me? That's not me. Yeah, very much. I implement that now as I get older. But the children, they just thought I was so rude, and I had to let them know, like, just because y'all used to some people treating you less than who you are doesn't mean it's normal. And I'm not going to do that to you. And for the longest, they always would say how they always wanted to be respected or wanted respect because they wasn't being respected by the people they knew, the people they love, all this and that. And when I came along, they didn't know what it looked like. So they instantly rejected it. They instantly went to war with me. But I stayed patient because I knew, I mean, this is who I am anyways. I couldn't change who I was. But I also knew the bigger goal is for these children to learn to respect themselves, and then eventually go learn how to respect others. It's levels to it. Like I said in my previous video, it's levels to this game that we have to play every day. Yeah, and eventually they got it. So when you are wanting these things out of life, when you are wanting these things from other people, you have to know what it looks like. And if you don't know what it looks like, find out what it looks like and have grace not only for yourself but for the other people around you, and not to give up and not to just stick to one path. There's multiple ways to get it. You know what I'm saying? There's multiple ways to juice something. But yeah, into the next beautiful people. And I didn't know I was gonna make another episode, but I'm so glad I had to keep recording my last video. God is good. But anywho, so I said what my teacher used to do. She used to make us call us ourselves, sirs and ma'ams and misters and misses and all, preparing us. Let me calm down. Back in the day, I'm not that old. In the 90s, the late 90s, the teachers that I had was telling us and treating us to be respectful to ourselves. That's why they made me say, they used to call me Miss Garrett and make me say Miss such and such. That's why Maya Angelou said, don't call me Maya. You don't know me, and you have not lived that much of a life to call me Maya. Miss Angelou. That's what you called me. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because it was a respect thing. What does it look like? It's important I just watched this video, and like grown folks was outside and some kids was outside, and one of the ladies, rightfully so to me, was like, yeah, y'all kids need to go to bed, y'all need to go in the house, it's grown folks time. And the kid was like, who you talking to? Baby, I'm talking to you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You don't know what you out here for. And then the mom was like, don't talk to my kids like that, la 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 la. It's a respect thing. I know the video is what does it look like, and whatever. It's a respect thing. Why are your kids outside with a whole bunch of grown folks? You know what I'm saying? When y'all talking about they trying to let loose, because it's a certain type of, I don't know the words. I want to say rapport, but I don't know if that's the right word. But kids, I know when I was growing up, when I saw adults, I was like, damn, they're on a whole nother level than me. They're on whole. So it's time for me to go in the house, because I understood they had to set a certain standard 24/8 for the younger people behind us. You know what I'm saying? They had to set a standard for us growing up. So it was a time when we had to dip so they can put their shoulders down and relax. And I feel like it's getting lost in transition. It's getting lost in transition, and now these kids are sitting at the table with these grown folks, and y'all not even ready for life yet. It's so many different levels before you can even sit at the table, before you can call me Tyler. Miss Garrett, yes ma'am. How can I help you? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying, y'all. Y'all have a good day, okay?